when you release a short like the one that I did today, it really does define your day. You go out to the shops, get some food for lunch. On the way back, you see a reel someone else has made about this petition, this headline, and it angers you, and it baffles you, and it makes you confused and appalled. And then you go home and you write it out, and then you doubt whether or not it's actually worth making a short about and worth the backlash that's going to come off the back of it, and the harm to your career prospects that could come as a result of it. And then you think, no, I have a conscience, and you make it, and you get angry making it, and then you edit it, and you get less angry. But you get angry that editing's annoying. And then you post it, and a lot of people get around it, and a lot of people completely miss the point and accuse you of saying things that you never said. And it has its impact. So, today, we're going to be setting that mood straight with some absolutely high-quality rugby league football. Because this is a clash, ladies and gentlemen. This is a rugby league clash, and I am really, really looking forward to it. I think this is a genuine 50-50 game. Sharks at home against Manly, who we know their form has been very, very good. No Nico Hines, no Hamole Olakawatu. Let's see what we're going to be in for today by getting into the sides for this one. So it is Cam McInnes 100. I'm surprised because he's been around since like 2014, so I'm surprised that it's taken him to some, but he has unfortunately struggled with injury throughout his career. Why is the music so loud? What the hell? Or was that something else? That was something else. It was Dean, 13 months into my life sentence. Sorry, I completely missed that. My headphones were not working properly. Thank you for your 13th month. Holy hell. That's incredible. Thank you so much. The two sides for today. So, we have one change in the centers. Mawane Hiroti comes in jersey number 23 in place of KL Iro. No Nico Hines, so Nifai Puru starts in the halfback spot. Billy Bones comes into the back row as well for the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks, pushing Riley Jones and Giada Barrow onto the bench. Manly named unchanged. That's the prospect for today, ladies and gentlemen. That's the prospect for today. 100 club games. That makes sense. I was like, surely he's cracked 100. No, okay, 100 club games. That makes way more sense. I probably should have cottoned on to that, to be fair. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this because it feels like a while since I've streamed, and I'm going out of my way to stream tomorrow. I probably shouldn't be streaming that first game, but I am. I can't do the other two.
Lorenzo Thurborn just redeemed timeout somebody else. Timeout smart guy. He said Nicholas Hines is the hottest player when we all know it is Dom Young.
Yeah, I think that probably does deserve it, doesn't it, actually? That's an outstanding point. Outstanding point, well made. We're back, by the way, in terms of all the power-ups. They're all back. So you'll be able to change the background color. And, as of me actually opening this, redeem a Pepsi Max sip as well. What more could you possibly want? Think you didn't change background color? Sorry, didn't see it. Change the background color to red and yellow in memorial of whatever little credibility Courier Mail had left. That's pretty funny. Alrighty, let me get onto that. That will be red at the top, and that'll be red and yellow just mixed to make orange in my lights. There you go. There's the change. I want to say thank you, C Phantom, the person who redeemed that. Came to my defense a little bit today in some comment sections and made some outstanding points against people who were very insistent on making it a New South Wales versus Queensland.
Definite just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
That's a sip. I haven't even defizzed it yet. And yes, it's the strawberries and cream version. I think it tastes outstanding. I know that that's an unpopular opinion, but I cannot understand how it's an unpopular opinion. Respectfully. Some opinions are incorrect, and dislike of this drink is one of them. It is. I would like to say I am still not paid to say that. Still not paid. I would love to. Thoughts on Sunderland to Europa League? Oh, mate. I still don't believe it. I'm still seeing graphics of like our logo next to the Europa League logo, and I'm like, this is career mode. This is actually FIFA career mode. Straight up. I'm in shock, and I'm over the moon, And, like, genuinely, I was saying this, I went to Origin once, I was saying this. I didn't really care the result of Origin 1 because Sunderland won the Europa League, so.
Yo, mate, on my podcast, I said Manly would win.
All right, well, I think that that's a decent tip, and I have agreed with that tip. That's who I have gone with in this one as well. We're about to get kickoff here with Todd Smith. Wonder if he'll end up on the front page of the Courier Mail after this. There's the kickoff if you want to sync up with me. Up there at actually down here at Shark Park. No, it is up there at Shark Park for me. I know geography. My instincts were correct. Anyway, the construction site, as many like to call it, Manly and Cronulla. I will get that timer up and running now that we've got that started. Alrighty. This is going to be fun. I'm feeling a good stream. Sometimes I'm feeling not a good stream, but I'm feeling a very good stream today. Definitely not Danny. Thank you for following. So Manly to about the 25-meter line. Jake Trbojevic, ball playing nicely early on here on the third. Spreading it out to Clayton Falalo, whose form has been hot. Very, very hot in the absence of Tommy Trbojevic. His numbers have been particularly impressive. Stays down a little bit in this tackle, though. Plays it for Luke Brooks. Legmate, did you sign the petition, though? No. Believe it or not, was not up my alley. Was not up my alley. Tiger says, while I'd say it should have been 10, the abuse Klein's way is absolutely disgusting considering he was good. I don't think he had a good refereeing performance. But I also don't think that really matters. When I was thinking of making the short, I was like, how will people counter this argument? And I thought they could say that he performed badly refereeing. But like that inherently, I don't know if they realize this, but it inherently says if a referee performs badly, they deserve to be publicly vilified, which is an insane argument. That's a really, really insane thing to say. But I don't think these people realize that they're saying it. They're just upset that, you know, their state didn't get a win and they want a scapegoat. So, but look, while I'm getting a bit tired of the fight, I don't think I'm ever going to stop fighting it. Whether I have a platform or not, I'm going to hold that belief. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right, so yeah, that was a penalty to the Cronulla Sharks. I'll start this set from the halfway line. Blake Brayley coming in to start for the Sharks as usual, but played Origin only a couple days ago. Didn't play the whole game, obviously, just came in at the end, so should still be fresh enough. But it'd be interesting to see his performance today.
What legal term do you want to name your child? Also missed your 7:55 AM stream. Sorry, Pookie Bear. Yellow square emoji, yellow square emoji, yellow square emoji, to me. Triangular flag on post emoji.
Triangular flag on post emoji is not what I would describe that as. Burge is through, by the way. He's put a kick in behind. Should have gone through the hands. Have they managed to hold it? They have. I'll respond to that after this tackle because it looks like your Sharkies, Dean, are about to score here. Trendall, nice. That's a poor knock on, but gets a penalty for offside, I'm going to assume. Wonder if they tempted to take the two here. What legal term do you want to name your child? Well, the only name that I really want, I've got one boy's name and one girl's name that I really, really want. The boy's name would be Joel, after Billy Joel, and the girl's name would be Abby, after Abbey Road. But it would not be A-B-B-E-Y, it would be A-B-B-Y. But I'm open to negotiation with future Mrs. Leaguie. In terms of legal term, there's not many nice ones, bro. I don't know. One legal term I hate is jurisprudence. I think it's a horrible word to say, so not that one. I hope that's enough of an answer for you. So they are going to take the two here. We have a very high scoring, competition at the moment. So I'm surprised to see them take the two, but nothing wrong with getting your noses out in front. I'm going to take the opportunity to zoom in the camera slightly. That's good. Why is the timer not up? The timer is supposed to be up. I specifically requested it. There we go. Now it's there. Alrighty. Back to the green background. By the way, this is actually a really good time to notice this. The kick was actually a little bit wonky, but anyway, they got it. So it's 2-0 Cronulla. The double signing of Katoa and Ramian. Shout out Cowboys fans. What a pull. What a pull. That's you don't see that much. Two players on one edge from one club being signed at the same time to a different team, but I love it. It makes a lot of sense, I think, for the Cowboys. They get to keep that combination up there. Brent Reed's reaction was, well, Murray Taulungi's going to the Roosters, which has me very excited, obviously, but I'll believe it when I see it. But if they are resigned to losing Taulagi, brilliant replacements. Both of them. Very, very good. If we ignore the send-off, what do you think Klein didn't do a good job of reffing? Look, I haven't watched the game back from being at the ground, but I did feel it was a little bit suspect that he was very Queensland favoured in one half and New South Wales favoured in the other half. I think that in the second half, New South Wales got a lot of leg ups that seems statistically unlikely. But like, I wouldn't come out and criticize it by any means. I also don't necessarily think that the send-off was the wrong call. I think it probably was the right call. So, yeah. I hope that's enough. Like, I wouldn't come out and criticize it. And so that's why I find it... you know what it is? I don't know if there's a word for this. But it's... You believe something because that's your team's belief. Your side of society believes that thing. People can't distinguish this from New South Wales or Queensland. It has to be, I believe this because I'm from here. That when you debate it with these people, that is constantly what it boils down to, and that's such a shame. I don't mind the banter between the two sides. That's brilliant. That's what Origin is all about. But when you present it as something serious, and then the person's like, well, I actually no, I'm just sort of saying it. It's worrying. It's worrying. Leaguie, that, my friend, is patriotism. Yes, certainly patriotism is a form of it. I guess that's probably the closest word to it. Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah. Herd mentality, yeah, that as well. It is what it is. Kenny, great tackle there from Josh Fellerty. One of the great haircuts, by the way, Fellerty. AR, that's a very, very good point, and I should have spoken about this. Hang on, the comments disappeared from my page, but I will review it. Because it's about the great Roger the Dodger. Thoughts on the end of career for Roosters legend, Warriors icon, Samoan and Kiwi royalty, rugby league stalwart, Roger him to Avasa Shake. Hey, someone just redeemed a thing. I was so sad.
Lorenzo Theraborn just redeemed, changed the background.
I have to mute that, Lorenzo.
Square emoji, yellow square emoji, yellow square emoji, yellow square emoji, yellow square emoji.
I have to mute that, bro. I'm so sorry. What did you even say? Purple. It's still going, by the way. Purple. Come on. There we go. There, let's change. It's still going. I'm still hearing it. I don't think you guys are hearing it. I think I unmuted it, but I can still hear it. That's insane.
Yellow square emoji. Yellow square emoji. Yellow square emoji.
That's insane.
Give me purple, please, for my Melbourne Storm to Kentucky fry your chickens tomorrow.
No more of that. I will time out people who, because that's a form of spam. It kind of is. I will time out people. 2 or 3, you could do that. That many? That's outrageous. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Anyway. There was, yeah, Roger Silvassa Shake. Such a shame. Such a shame. I was devastated when I heard that he'd done his ACL. Absolute modern legend of the game. And somehow, like, I'm gonna describe him as a particular type of player. And somehow, it's always Kiwis. Like, exclusively Kiwis. He's the kind of player who made people fall in love with rugby league. Benji Marshall, Sean Johnson, Roger Silvassa-Shek. That's what they do. They were able to do just these fascinating things with ball in hand. I think when I think of, like, fleet-footed, I think of Roger Silvassa-Shek. He's loved at the Roosters. He's absolutely adored at the Warriors. And his career's not over. He's going to the Super League next year with Wakefield Trinity, but it's such a shame to see his NRL stint being done. I really wanted him to come back to the Roosters, actually, rather than go to the Super League. But anyway. All right, Brayley through the middle. He's got support. Puru's going to score here. Easy as you like. Goodbye! That was so loud. I forgot to turn that down. My bad. Anyway, Daganane, he calls it. It's Nivai Puru. That might be his first try in the NRL. I'm going to call that. I don't know completely, but he hasn't played much footy. Puru for the first.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
Bit of running game there from Blake Brayley. You love to see it. Through the middle there. he's been around a long time in trial games and stuff like that, but it's more his brother Hohepa that's got NRL opportunity. So it's really good to see him get under the post early there within the first 10 minutes. Really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Who's getting a win first, Dragons or State of Queensland? I think the State of Queensland, to be honest. Do you think this ref did a bad job for the Dolphins and Raiders game last week? Like Raiders fans think, I think they sore losers. Ref did a good job of not making too many calls. I didn't watch that game. I was at a surprise birthday party. So, really can't say, unfortunately. Can you play the Cowboys soundbite, please? Oh, am I streaming them this week? If I'm not... No, I am streaming them this week. So, no. No, you have to score against the Raiders. You have to wait. I am not going to a Raiders game just so I can stream because I felt bad that I wasn't streaming enough. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go. Not going to go. Good conversion there from Trindle, by the way. Tricky Trindle. It's tricky. Tricky. Did Leaguie swear says, Leaguie, I'm giving Jaden Barrell an 85% chance of playing. He wasn't named for Newtown, and even if they have an outside back injury, there's a chance they use Talakai. Yes, true. Has he? So he didn't come on at Magic Round, did he? I would love him to play. That would be actually like such vibes. Well, that's why you get the big bucks, baby. That's why you get. I saw 200 and freaked out.
Branding us QLD as MAGA is a crazy gaslight.
Who was it that said that? Someone in my comment said that. I've got to figure out how much 200 yen is. That's 1.75 Australian dollars. I saw 200 and I thought, what? Yeah, someone was talking about how Queenslanders are kind of like MAGA in their hardcore beliefs. I couldn't tell whether they meant that as a compliment or an insult, so I kind of just ignored it because they didn't get my point anyway. What relevance does that have to the Courier Mail abusing Ashley Klein on their front page? Anyway. He came on at Magic Round for a short stint. Okay. That's weird. I thought he didn't play. Anyway. My bad. Did you know there's people on your short at the State of Origin game? I did not. But it was very fun. Very, very fun. So kick from Cronulla there on the last. Good catch there from Clayton Falala. No one really around him, but had to take it sort of facing backwards. And good contact from the Sharks defenders. So when's Kieran Foran going to start feeling the pressure? He's currently losing to the Cronulla Sharks and is looking rather ordinary. We know he has mates in the media, but it can't be radio silence forever. Love you as always, Azar. That's brilliant work for you. Felony. I tell you what, this Josh Felony, he came out with one of the worst passes I've seen in my life against the Titans last week, but he's come out with a vengeance to start this game. Love that from him. Love that. Look, the comment about overhyping Foz, no, I don't think so. Well, some have. Bucks, another 200 yen.
I have crazy yellow fever and I'm very drunk.
I love that for you, Kat. I love that for you. Shout out to Kat on the piss. That is a choice. Anyway. Yeah, Manly were diabolical in the first 3 games that they played. He came along and immediately turned that around. Immediately. Is this Falalo that's coming off the field? That's not... oh, sorry, it's Sherab. That's not what you want. Yeah, he did a brilliant job to turn them around, and I think still is continuing to do a very good job. This is the side I tipped for the spoon, with good reason, and that looked like a brilliant prediction after a month of footy. So, yeah, for him to do what he's doing at the moment, I think he definitely deserves to be given the full-time job, in my opinion. Did you mean to make every stream public or not? Yeah, I did. I selected all of them and just changed them all to public. Why not? The reason why they were unlisted to start with doesn't matter as much now that I'm a bigger channel. So, yeah. Anyway, Brooks, knock on there from Ruben Garrick, unfortunately. Future Rooster is just getting all of his knock-ons out of the way before he arrives in Bondi. So Manly not the fastest start that you would have hoped for from them. I reckon if they concede the next try and it goes to 14-0, it's a long way back. It's a long way back. Just redeemed a thing.
C_Phantom just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
Oh, yes. Thoughts on reports 9 and Stan might get the exclusive rights by 2028. More Channel 9 is good because more free-to-air is good. I'm not a big fan of Stan getting it because even though subscription services are the future and Foxtel is essentially a subscription service, it is that middle ground of cable TV, which is just more accessible. I feel like we already have KO if we want that subscription service thing. So, yeah, I don't think it will really happen. I think Foxtel have put in too much infrastructure, to be honest. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I do remember that, Smart Guy. There were some good times. There were some good times when we had the React bot. But, yeah, I think we've got enough going on probably at the moment. Enough going on with it. All right, 6 more there on the 4th for the Sharks. They're looking brilliant here. Adam Fanua-Blake will stand in his tackle and play it eventually.
Can I ask, why do you hate olives? They green.
Because they taste like arse. All right, over the sideline here, unfortunately, from the Sharkies. Execution just slightly off. Mulatalo had a little bit of space out there on the edge, but they couldn't get the ball out to him. Remains 8 points to nil. And Manly, they'll be breathing a sigh of relief at that one because I was looking a little bit dicey there, that's for sure. Thoughts on Brisbane-born and Logan Jr. Adam Fanua-Blake making his debut for New South Wales? You had Greg Inglis. You can't comment anymore on anything, respectfully. So, no. Did you wear the undersized blue shirt to Origin? No, I wore this to Origin, actually, because my Blues merch just didn't shop in time. Prefer Stan over KO. KO costs more than Stan, but Stan has more content than KO, including shows, movies, and sports. I heavily suspect that if Stan got the licensing for the NRL, the cost would go up probably above what KO currently is, based on them offering other stuff as well. So, yeah. Brad Fittler's commentating on 9, and I'm waiting for it to call him Josh Felony. That's so good. Because he called Tom Chester the molester, which is... Look, I can't criticize that because that's something I would do and have likely done. I think it's very likely that I've done that in the past. As Manly have knocked on, by the way. Cronulla have the ball here on the 0. But, yeah, to do it on Channel 9's a bit outrageous, but it's sort of funny. All right, Brayley, now to find a running Jesse Remy. Good offload.
Change the background color.
I suppose I will.
Sheldon Lee Cooper, you dog also legman. I am on a 22 legman stream streak. Please change the colors to QLD and NSW colors. Please. Thank you so much.
Queensland and New South Wales colors. Well, I can't really do maroon. Maroon's hard. It kind of just has to be red. So this is going to look a bit roostersy. There. You're going to have to take that. You're going to have to be satisfied with that. I say Herbert the pervert every game. Yes, and why wouldn't you? It's your God-given right to. And I think Freddie has, like, the character of being that kind of guy, which is why there hasn't been, like, serious ramifications. This does look nice. I actually really agree with that. They're killing them with offloads at the moment, the Cronulla Sharks. Manly just aren't unable to keep up with the physicality of this and the speed of it as well. The combination of the two can be so dangerous. Brayley. Now finding Trendall, a little bit of a juggle there, but held it. Had a little bit of a go himself, actually, there in the end, but tackled by Jakey Simpkin and Jakey Dwojevic. Shake squared, you love to see it. Fanua-Blake, odd to find Porter. Has that been intercepted? Oh, what a play by Leahy Hopoate. By the way, his family called him Lehi. I saw a video recorded at his house where they called him Lehi. But then, I think it is Leahy. So I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to believe. Queenslanders can in no universe ever complain about people from other areas or even countries playing for New South Wales, not after their... I'm going to go with bollocks. I think YouTube wouldn't mind me saying that. Yeah, and that's the point I made. I agree. All right, kick there from inside the 30. It's not got the angle, but my God, it's got the distance. It's probably going to go dead here. No, it's set up beautifully. Will Kennedy has to play it in. What a kick that was. Oh, nearly caught in goal there, Will Kennedy. Gets up to the 10. That's why he gets the big bucks. Dean says, thoughts on Ethan Strange going to my school? You're Oliver eating Pookie. That's very cool. That's funny. I know a few people who have had a little bit to do with Ethan Strange, so that's another link. It's pronounced Lee High. I can go with that. I'm happy to go with that. That's the way I initially thought it was pronounced. But then I can't remember where I heard it or when, but that it was Lehi Hopoate. But I can go with Lehigh Hopoate. That's fine. That's probably easier to say, to be honest. All right, offload there to find Blake Brayley again running through the middle. Off a bit of space from AFB. Would have loved to see a bit of that in State of Origin. Anyway, we did get the win. You have to take it. You have to take it. If you live in the ACT for your 30th birthday, can you still play for New South Wales because the ACT is within New South Wales? I am 95% sure that in rugby league terms, the ACT counts as New South Wales for Origin purposes. I'm pretty sure. Ah, yes, Hazmat. Give me number. I've already said 4,200, I think, earlier. Give me 3,600. Why not? Thoughts on Greg's Campbelltown trying to have 100 NRL first graders this year to celebrate their 150th Jubilee. I don't think they have much control over that situation, respectfully. But anyway. There was a short where Tongan women called him Leaguie. What? Oh, wait. Yeah, it was... I might be wrong about this, but Retro Rugby League recorded a short outside Suncorp before Tonga versus Samoa where someone said it was Leahi Hopawati. That, because I remember getting a lot of pronunciations from that. Hey, Penalty Manly. Pepsi Max Sip, your wish is my command. I've got a tiny bit left
redeemed Pepsi
of
Max
this, so...
Sip.
Love to see it. $250 note when? Yeah, so in America, they're trying to make a $250 note for their 250th birthday with your favorite president, folks, on the note, and it's upsetting.
Lorenzo
a little bit
Derhorn
tyrannical.
Just redeemed speed deal.
Yes, I was hoping someone was going to do this. I haven't worn them in so long. Background color will have to change back in a minute, but I'm going to be real. I kind of don't want to do it. It looks so cute. So cute. Absolutely brilliant. Leaguie, did that hurt? Not even slightly. Paseka with a run. Manly could do with a rugby league try here, ladies and gentlemen. They really could. Fogarty now on to find their outside centre there, Garrick. Gives it back to Brooks. Holding it. He gets away from one, but does take the floor there eventually. Timeout's at 5 minutes. All right, now to find Hetherington. Fogarty to Ben Jawovic, who's been in very good form. Can't get an offload there, though. But they do draw 6 again for an offside. So Manly, good for a try here, potentially. Fogarty finding the great Gerbo. Tackle there on the first. Simkin will be in at dummy half here. Oh, nice little short ball there to Burbo. He spins, but he can't quite get over. That was a good idea from him, though. Great idea. He had a half opportunity to just back his way over. He's so close. Simpkin. Hetherington now. Just a settler takes the tackle. Still got 2 more to go here. Simpkin to the right-hand side. Giving it to Fogarty. Holds it. Double pumps for Brooks. Out the back to find Falalo. Brilliant tackle there from Owena Hiroti. That's an awesome defensive play from him. 1 more to go here. Oh, they went the short side. Wild offload back to find Saab. This is very ad-lib footy now. Potentially knocked on there. They're calling 6 again, and they get 6 again. Manly get very, very fortunate with that one. Brooks, he might not need 6 again. Oh, he had a chance to offload back inside for Leaky Hopawate. There was something on there. Felody picks it up. Is he going to run himself? He will here. He's been confident throughout this game, but he can't quite get to the line. Holy. There's a lot going on here. Paseka takes a tackle close to the posts. That's very cool, St. George Dragons fan. I highly recommend it. Cronulla Sharks goes down in back play, but I think it won't be ruled to be an obstruction penalty. Hetherington, off-foot offload, holds it in the tackle. So this is the third here. Cronulla's defense has been brilliant. What a scramble effort from them. Fogarty now. Finding Falalo, dummies through. It was always going to happen. A little bit soft in the end, but my God, they held on brilliantly up to that point. Manly get their first of the game. Kick to come.
Manly Warringah, Manly Warringah, they'll all be waltzing behind.
I like doing a little bit of commentary. I love that, like, you can click onto these streams and at different points, I'll be commentating literally every moment, like, pass by pass. And at other times, I'll be like, barbecues are a little overrated. That's just how the cookie crumbles, says Dean. It is. I think Cronulla fans should be very proud of their defensive effort on that little passage. They got very unlucky to have touched the ball and to give it away 6 again to Manly on that last set restart. But you're always going to crack. You're always going to crack at that point. So you're the next Ray Hadley. I do not agree. I do not agree. But I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. All right, background back to green. I've got to do it, unfortunately. Management have asked me to. Hear me out. These two teams have the best team songs. Roosters come third. It's just like, it's just not.
We're bad and mean, the green machine. We hit them hard, so they see green. We're big and strong, we're fast and lean. That's why we're called the green machine.
And I know that I said I wouldn't play their sound bites because I'm streaming them later, but like I felt it was appropriate, so yeah. Now you're the next Mark Levy. Oh no, mate. This Prime Minister, mate, ruining the country, mate. Yep, sure, let's go with it. Oh no. Leaguie is like Ray Hadley if he was young and didn't hate minorities. So, like, a different person? Basically. But did you say earlier oh, you said you're the next Ray Hadley. I thought Ray Warren, and I was like, that's a great compliment. No, never mind. Screw you. Definitely not. Jackson Shareb has passed his HIA. You love to see it. Great stuff. Leaguie is like Donald Trump, only if he wasn't rich and wasn't involved in politics. Yes, I cannot think of any possible differences other than those two things between me and the DJT, the Teflon Don. Did you get a haircut? I did, actually. Well, I gave myself a haircut. The back looks awful. Like, I did the sides and top myself. That was brilliant. But the back, oh no. There's a reason I'm facing the camera. And it's not because it's good to look at, the camera when you're talking. It's because the back is just... Yeah, you don't want to see it. It's just not good. Not good at all. Ray Hadley on his radio show just complained about roundabouts and crap like that. Yes, which would be very appropriate for me as a Canberran, to be fair. All right, played here on halfway for Manly. Brooks into the line, about 45 out from the Cronulla try line.
Catanellabug just redeemed, changed the background color.
All right.
Tamarind, eggplant, wine, northern cardinal, blood, QLD.
Right, I was like, has Cat had a stroke? What? Where's the color? And then I was like, oh, they are all the color. Every single one of them is the color. Are you a proud Canberran? I would class myself as a proud adopted Canberran. Yes, absolutely. Paseka with a brilliant offload there to find Jamal Fogarty. Had a little bit... We know he's got a turn of speed about him, but just ran out of space. Turned out to be a very good play, though.
Jerome just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
Next time I'm going to try and do a Pepsi Max sip without spilling it all over myself as well. That's going to be brilliant. Can you fix the lag in chat? Or no? The chat is as up to date as it could possibly be.
Jerome just redeemed head dent check.
How's it looking? Is that so you could see the back of my hair, by the way? Because that won't cover it. It's really, really short. But what you need to see is the fade. What was I saying? I always forget my trains of thought. It's so annoying. I was making a really good point. Oh yeah, the lag in chat. Yeah, I've turned all of the settings to be as live as possible.
That's why you get the big bucks, baby. Anyway. That's why you get the big bucks.
Thank you for showing us the back of your head. That's the goal. You did not see as much as you would need to see. Trust me. Bald spot? Oh yeah, the bald spot's not the problem. That's a scar. I've had that for ages. All right, 6 more there for Manly. You can really sense that the tide has shifted ever so slightly here. Momentum going the way of the maroon and white. Garrick out there in the centers. Solid post-contact moves from him. Gets it up to the 30. I've just been notified, actually. Panther Fan is on a 3-stream streak. Congratulations, Panther Fan. I hope you stick around and make that even higher. That'd be brilliant. Leaguie, the leather jacket in the short was giving Billy Joel, are you a piano man or an uptown girl? I am a scene from an Italian restaurant. Real Billy Joel knows no. Yes, I'm sure a number of you are higher than 3. For some reason, Twitch was just like, wanted to notify me about that particular one. Kick up in the air. Oh, Garrick had a real opportunity to grab that one. But they'll have Cronulla coming off their own try line there. The next Peter Credlin's diabolical, by the way. That I'm definitely not having. No
Well, that's
way.
why you get the big bucks, baby. That's why you get the big bucks.
Show us the back of your head, or I'll continue to eat these olives, and I'll come back down to Canberra and give you an olive-flavored Pepsi. I'm gonna be real, brother. I don't think that they exist. So, like, that's not something that, like, I'm gonna, you know, what's the word? Do. That's the one. Kat says I was on a 50-stream streak until I missed the Origin lineup stream. That's incredible. I'm almost sorry I streamed that now, because it was obviously at a, like, improper time. All due respect to the lot of you, though, I'm on like a 170 stream streak or something. I don't know how many of these I've done, but I think it's like roughly that much. You'd fit in well at Sky News? No, I wouldn't. Like, that's not true. I would disagree with pretty much everyone in the building if I was there. So, yeah. All right, Train Hill to find Billy Burns. Can't get away from Lukey Brooks. No, it's not Lukey Brooks. It's Jake Simpkin. That makes sense because he made the tackle. Brayley. To find Tommy Hazelton, my glorious bald goat. Can't quite get to the line. 8 points to 4 it is. Cronulla with an opportunity to go 14-4 ahead. Trindle kicking behind. And Falalo shepherds it dead. Goal line dropout forced. Wigan Warriors fan here. Will you be watching the Challenge Cup final? If so, do you have a prediction? Right. Challenge Cup final. When is the Challenge Cup final? I need to add this to my calendar because I have every intention of watching it. It is Sunday at midnight. That's actually... Wait. Is that 2 hours before the Champions League final? That's perfect. Yes. I will be watching it. In terms of prediction, didn't Halkayar just beat you like 62-0 or something? Was that you lot? Or was that someone else? But look, I will be honest. Every year I'm like, I'm going to follow the Super League. I'm at minimum going to watch the highlights of each game. And I just don't end up following it closely enough. So I would be remiss to make a educated prediction, really. All right, Brayley now for Trindle. But the ball there is Nivai Puru. I'm making a note. What games we have, by the way, on Sunday? Because that's... NBA Finals Game 7, not Finals, Conference Finals Game 7 as well. That's insane. Or is it 24 hours before the Champions League Final? Anyway, whatever. Trendor, on to find... Oh, Tiggy Wilton got an offload because it was on the last. Is going to be a knock on Manly. It is Cronulla with an opportunity here for a fresh 6 tackles. Did you hear that Nicola Willis, New Zealand's finance minister, said that ministers shouldn't eat in front of the camera? 3 days later, she was caught eating a paua seafood pie in front of a camera. As someone who never intends to, but frequently eats on camera, I feel that I can't really, throw stones. My favorite musical, Jesus Christ Superstar, is a quote. I'm sure it's a quote from Superstar and not the Bible. If your slate is clean, then you may throw stones. If your slate is not, then leave her alone. And my slate ain't clean, bro. They ain't clean. Wigan rested their whole side against Hull KR. That's why they got smashed. That makes sense. I mean, to be honest, I kind of assumed that would have been the case. But, okay, add a Challenge Cup final to my calendar. Yeah, that makes some sense. Who are favorites in that game? Trindle. To find Wilton. Oh, that's so soft, Teague Wilton. Look, he can find a try, but... One step from the back rower. Got him across. Cronulla. They're looking good here.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white, and blue.
Name of the Sharks fits you. Kind of changed the background color back. That was really quite soft upon reflection. Like, Wilton got the ball literally just one step off his left foot and bang. Sorry, it was off his right foot. Inside Nathan Brown. Yeah, that's not what you want. That's not good stuff. That's not good stuff at all there from Manly. I wonder if, like, there was we were saying there was a point where the winning streak would come to an end. and they would just get a little bit tired. I wonder if they're potentially seeing that point. Shark, thank you for the follow. Great timing for you. Teague, 89 rated on RL26 Wilton, scores once again. You love to see it, don't you? You love to see it. You've done 192 streams, including Leaguie game streams. Damn, that's a crazy streak. I should do something for 200. Like, actually, I can't be asked. No, I truly can't be bothered. Maybe 250. Can you pronounce Upper Twiddle's hometown? Oh, Jesus Christ. Ngaruawahia. That's my honest attempt. I'm kind of ignoring the accents on top of the A's, though. Kick there from Trindle, 14 points to 4, with 7.5 minutes left in this first half. I don't think I should do a watch-along for the Challenge Cup final based on noise complaints. But I leave that with me. I will see what the plan is. Because, okay, wait, Challenge Cup final is 12 a.m., so that's midnight on Sunday. When's the Champions League final? 2 a.m. So, yeah, it's 2 hours after. And I am watching the Champions League final with a friend. I think it could be doable. Leave it with me. I'm going to give that a solid maybe. A very solid maybe. A probably, almost. You got Eric Bennett. He played 36 games for North Sydney Bears between 1933 and 1937. 1 game for the Australian Imperial Forces. And 1 game for the Army, playing majority of his games at second row. Shout out to him. Imperial Forces. Straight out of Star Wars. Love that for him. Love that for him. Damn, are we going to get a World Cup stream? Rugby League World Cup stream? Most certainly. Soccer World Cup stream? No. Just redeemed a thing.
C_Phantom just redeemed speed dealer Sunnies.
Where did I put them? Here, I put them. Leaguie, did you know that despite being banned from your Discord server, I was the one who notified your lousy moderators about the 1-year anniversary of your server? This clearly means you should give Richard mod. Richard probably does deserve mod. I met him again at Origin. I also met NRL Vids and like accidentally nearly ignored him, but it worked out okay. As it says, my rule of thumb with music is if the artist went mainstream after 2010, I don't want it under no circumstances. That would largely apply to me, but I don't use it as a rule of thumb. I just think if music good, then nice. Paul McCartney released a new album today, and oh my, it's actually really good. I'm so hyped. You guys don't understand this. Music is probably, aside from this sport, the greatest love of my life. And I never get to experience my favorite artist releasing new music because half of the artists that I like are dead and the other ones are just not releasing good music anymore. But to listen to it last night at midnight when it came out, it was so good. I really, really liked it. I was so hyped. Absolutely brilliant stuff. The Ranger says, you also walked past me, but I was too shy to say what I wanted, being YouTuber. You should have. Penalty Cronulla, by the way. This is... Mate, the Mona Vale times are about to tear into Toddy Smith, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Damn. Who's playing from Wednesday night? Obviously not Kola. Brayley and Adin Fanua Blake are playing from Wednesday night. No Ola Kalatu. And I did say Ola Kalatu, by the way. No Ola Kalatu for Manly. All right, tackled there on the halfway line. Watson, it's not that difficult. Up the milk should be able to tell you if you at him. I think he's very across it from memory. All right, Cronulla with a chance to go 20 points to 4 up by the end of this first half would be rather commanding. But as we know, when a light blue team plays against a maroon-based team and leads 20 points to 4, it is by no means guarantee of a victory, and it is almost likely that their fullback will get sent off after high-shotting the opposition winger. Kick there. It's before the last. Monotalo. Oh, he needed a better bounce, but the Sharks didn't because Billy Burns is there to pick up the pieces like a seagull on a chip against the Seagulls. It's a Shark who puts Cronulla up 18 points to 4. That is a dagger blow.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
Eyes up footy from Tricky Trindle. Mulatalo could have got a better bounce, but it was Billy Burns chasing through to pick up what was left. Players falling down left, right, and center. Love to see it. Kick to calm. Cronulla with an opportunity to take a very, very commanding lead into the halftime break here. You love to see it. Sins ball over Fosball. Those who know, is all I can say to that. Thoughts on Hilary Duff releasing music today being better than Sky News' grandpa music? Wait, being better than Sky News grandpa music? Are you calling Paul McCartney Sky News grandpa music? We're gonna have issues if you're calling Paul McCartney Sky News grandpa music, by the way. We're gonna have problemos. Tiger says 127 streams on here, 65 on games. There we go. There's some statistics. Damn. Thoughts on Tanner Smith declaring both himself and Luke Hanson as Ireland eligible? He did? Really? Are they? That's cool. That's very cool. But they're not playing in the World Cup, so you won't get to see it, so it's completely pointless. Because of a frankly outstanding decision that was made 2 years ago that I'm absolutely over. Like, I've come to terms with it and accepted it, and I'm happy. Tricky Trindle misses the kick, but they still lead by a whopping 14 points. Fitzball works, but Sins ball also has its merits. In a way. Paul McCartney isn't Sky News grandpa music, it's Love Island grandpa music. More so, like, that's an improvement. But, like, he is the youngest man in his 80s you could possibly imagine. So, did you know Tanner Smith is 22? I didn't, but I would have guessed he would be around that. Alright, tackle there from early on. Big Tommy Hazelton, the GOAT from Goulburn. I love him so much. Off the kickoff, 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Look, the equation, I think, is quite simple. Manly simply have to be next to score. Speaking of what I was saying earlier, do you think that it's a coinkydink, a little cheeky rugby league coinkydink, that after the first State of Origin game, the one match that just happens to take place immediately afterwards is a light blue team against a maroon team? The answer is absolutely, because the draw was done by AI, but I do find that, like, kind of amusing. Like, that does tickle me somewhat, that we're seeing, like, kind of just this B-grade Origin fixture. The color scheme is consistent. You kind of love to see it. By the way, what else you love to see? The New South Wales girls. Oh, just so good. So good. 3-0. Easy as you like. Bro, Johnny Strange, that guy can do a rugby league coaching job. He will get his opportunities, I feel, in the men's side of the game. If ever there's interest from him to come over, I think there's going to be people who are willing to give him a go, because he's just doing, an outstanding job. Outstanding job. Wow. Lorenzo, I think that's, like, mathematically untrue. At the Leaguie, thoughts on putting asbestos back into construction? I say we do it. More asbestos, more asbestos, more asbestos, more asbestos. Are you going to clip me saying more asbestos, more asbestos? Was that the purpose of that? Would be quite funny. I'd respect the hustle. All right, massive kick from Manly goes over the dead ball line. They're going to get a 20-meter restart and a 7-tackle set, but won't have the time to get through the 7 tackles. Wonder if it could be field goal season for the Cronulla Sutherland Shonkies. John Strange is the Ivan Cleary of women's. He's just the best coach. Yeah, sure. Like, I'm happy to wear that. Yep. All right, run there from Sammy Stone Street. 30 seconds left in this first half. On the second here, Big Will Kennedy through the middle, draws a set restart, but what a run it was from him. I'm not even going to bother putting the 6 again graphic up because there's only 15 seconds to go. And Brayley running through the middle. All right, so, brilliant offload now for Mulatalo. They're playing so well here, Cronulla. They've got numbers now. They could score a try for sure here. Wilton holds it, doesn't find his outside man. That was a brilliant opportunity for Impuru. Gets now to find Tricky Trindle. Will he kick across field? He will. Mulatalo's going to be out there. He's not out there. Burns! Burns is there! Burns for a double! Billy Burns burns them all. It's now going to be 22 points to 4. My God, Cronulla. That is brilliant play from the Sharks. Manly get punished for kicking that ball dead. And that truly might be the game at the halftime break.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white, and blue.
Look at that. It was just out of reach for League Hapawate. Billy Burns. Look, it's tricky to ground a ball that's bouncing away from you like that. But wowzers. Jesus Christ. Where has this fella come from? Like, obviously, I know Billy Burns is a solid player, but he's just randomly played center for, like, the back end of this half and he's come up with the goods on 2 occasions. You love to see it. Do you think John Strange would be happier coaching Ethan or Jasmine? I don't have any basis to guess, but I'm sure he's equally happy with the careers of both of his children. So, thoughts on getting caught with a phone in the right hand when you don't have a right hand? I saw that clip earlier today. It's so funny. So funny. Fosball is killed and Burns is the suspect. I do not think Fosball is killed by any means, but anyway. Can we do a communal GeoGuessr, please? Legman, the Mauritian brother. Yes. Yes? Yes, why not? What's it called again? I keep forgetting. Because there's like a bunch of different ones, but there was a good one that we did the other day that could be communal. Kick from Tricky Trindle, he misses it, so it remains 22 points to 4. It was Open Guesser, wasn't it? I think it was Open Guesser. Leaguie, why don't you like Laurie Daly? I wouldn't say that. Like, I like him as a person, and certainly as a player, but I just don't think he's a very good coach. And I don't think we're very likely to win under him. So, yeah. All right, we're going to do an Open Guesser. I can do this. I can figure this out. Or Time Guesser if you want to guess the time as well. Time Guesser is crazy. Wow. Maybe next time. Because that does sound actually very interesting. Do you have to be part of the Discord community? No, you do not. I will post a link. Hang on, I'm trying to format this correctly. Every web page has different dimensions. Oh, thank you for $2, WTF. There we go.
Paul McCartney is Breitbart Grandpa music.
Yeah, I ain't taking that rage bait though. That's the thing. So that's all good. Let's do 5 rounds, 60 seconds. Teams, no teams, style standard, map world. Create room. Pick a name. What? Where did it go? Okay. Pick a name. Paul McCartney lover. That's me, baby. That's me. Righto, ladies and gentlemen. So go on to Open Guesser and you'll be able to join my Open Guesser game with that code. This game is, you get dropped somewhere in the world and your job is to guess where in the world you are. Lorenzo says, I'm ready to help you, Dylan. Thank you very much, Pookie Bear. I'm going to need it based on last time. Favorite weather? Low, cloudy, a little bit stormy, but like not raining. Like gray clouds, but not raining. But very low cloud cover and like 15 degrees. There was a day I left school once and it was snowing and the clouds, like they were unsettlingly close to the ground. And I was like, this is so cool. I love it. There's a George Harrison reference in there, but I can't see what it is. It's too long. I'll give you guys until 8:50 and then we'll get started. No chance he gets anything more than a year extension anyway because Ivan's available in 28. Yes, but that kind of makes me think that like nothing matters until then. Because if we sack him, we're going to have to try and find someone who's willing to do it for just 1 year. To be fair, I think like Boyd Cordner might. But kind of no matter what, whether we win or lose, Cleary's coming in 2028, surely. So, will Lebanon be a sneaky smoky this World Cup? Karaz, Sub, Dewey, Moses, 12 to name a few. They can be, but they always can be. I think that they're a chance of pulling off a win or two without having had a good look at the draw. But not to win it, I wouldn't think. That's also unfortunately, and I hate to say this, on the proviso that all those players play. I am absolutely expecting to have a gargantuan blow-up before the World Cup when the Bulldogs decide, oh, Jacob Carraz has got to focus on preseason with us instead. Alex Troll's got to focus on preseason with us instead. Mitch Moses, sorry, bro. He's got to focus on preseason with us instead. So, yeah. Alrighty. 8:50. There's 13 of you in here. Let's get ourselves kicked off. I know ball. I know globe. Oh, George Harrison, love it. That's so cute. This is Tasmania. No, this is definitely not Tasmania. It looks a lot like Paris. What language is that on the thing? Yeah. I reckon we've got Paris here, ladies and gentlemen. Each round is 60 seconds long. Toba. So, yes, okay. It is. I probably shouldn't be telling you guys because a lot of you are playing, but this is 100% Paris. That is not. Oh yes, that's Notre Dame. Okay, well, I can find this. So yeah, it is Notre Dame. Yeah, we've got 23 seconds. Where's Notre Dame? It's one of these. Eiffel Tower. I'm just gonna. I wish I could find exactly where this is, but I've only got 6 seconds. I have to guess there. Okay. I was close. I couldn't find where Notre Dame was. But yeah, I've almost certainly been there because I have been to Notre Dame and walked around it a lot. That's kind of nice that we get put next to a globally recognizable landmark. Krestyanskaya, oh my days. Like, this is... We went from the inside of Paris to this. Bruv. What is this? Anyone? Lorenzo, do you know the area code? Perchance. I mean, it's... I'm gonna say Russia. And they tend to just have sort of, like... these areas of Russia. Sort of around... halfway between St. Petersburg and Moscow. They tend to have both of those. Not guessing that with any degree of confidence, though, and I can't go back further this way. What's the score? 22-4 to Cronulla Sharks. All right, we only got 5 seconds left, unfortunately. 2, 1, yeah, I guess. Oh, well, it was Russia, but it was way down there. Yeah, they don't really have many up at that area of Russia. Alrighty. We're not doing too badly, actually, here. Wow. Very, very blurred. Bruv, how did we go from the inside of Paris to this? It's probably Brazil or South Africa. It's just always one of Brazil or South Africa. Okay, this looks like some civilization down here. I just kind of hoped that we might get some text or something. Okay, so that's straight up not Brazil or South Africa. I'm going to take a bit of a risk here and try matching the text with a place on the map. Looks a bit Cambodian or Vietnamese or something like that. Londonistan, England, I'm going to be... like, completely frank with you, I don't think that that's likely. It's definitely, like, one of these countries. So. Oh, no, it's not. It's... Oh, no. That's poor for me. That's actually very poor for me. Oh, scene from an Italian restaurant. So you can't see it. Chat was covering it, but someone's called scene from an Italian restaurant. I probably should have got that, actually. I don't know why I didn't consider that it might be India. Bloke, you're too late, unfortunately. Lola Road. All right, here we go. We got an English-speaking country here. Could be Australian, but I don't think so. Cave Springs. That's the most American thing I've heard. Our country needs CPR. Christ, prayer of repentance. We're in America, folks. We're in America. Cave Springs. That is just... That's the most American thing I think you've ever seen in your life. And it's not coastal. Bro, we are smack bang in the middle of Kansas. Cave Springs, I don't know where Cave Springs is, but it's in America. Lorenzo says Kentucky. I trust him. Which one of these is Kentucky? I can't see Kentucky. Am I stupid? I might be stupid. Oh, there's Kentucky. No, I was too late. It actually was Kentucky. Damn, I just guessed too late. That's devastating. Anyway, I love that just immediately we see like hard Christianity and we're like, yep, that's America. Barker Street, right next to a playground. Would like to clarify. I don't know where this specific playground is. I don't spend a great deal of time around these days. It's Europe though. Feels like Europe. Could be those umlauts, I think they're called in German, on the O's. Could be like maybe Turkey? I'm thinking that's Turkish. Oh, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. All right. So that's in English. I think that looks Turkish. We've got 23 seconds left to guess, and we are in a city. Poland? Hungary, maybe. Well, Lorenzo, I'm gonna trust. I always trust. Yeah. It doesn't feel like Turkey. That text kind of looked like Turkey, but it doesn't feel like Turkey. Oh, Lorenzo. Oh, Lorenzo. Oh, that's brilliant work from yourself. 5.5 kilometers. George Harrison level was so close. That's brought us back into it here. That's brought us right back into it. I was going Turkey. Oh, no. Bill Harrigan won. Absolute legendary day for referees. Let's play again. Let's play until they come out for the second half. Why not? I don't think we'll get through the game. Tonona. Didn't he play a few games for Parramatta back in the day? This is the middle of, with all due respect, absolutely nowhere. Like, if you live here, like. Oh, actually, there's a really big city over there. I don't think I can get there in 36 seconds. I was going to say, if you live here, like, what respectfully is the point of existence? I don't think that this is Cyprus, no. I don't know, though. I'm kind of waiting for Lorenzo to say something. Oh, there was some text back there on that wall. Bus, help me, Bus. I've only got 10 seconds, Bus. Please, Bus. Bus, I need you. No, Bus is getting further away. All right, I'm bopping it somewhere in Eastern Europe. All right, we were not a million miles away. It was in Serbia. I've been to Belgrade. How did I not recognize Serbian? Really? I would have nailed that back in the day, you know. I would have absolutely got that. Anyway, we're second. Lorenzo said New Zealand. Okay, I trust him less. Co-Road 40. Nothing about. Like, it's literally either you are in a major European capital or you're in the middle of nowhere. That is the two extents of this game, pretty much. What are we reckoning? Alabama? Sweet home Alabama. I really should learn where each of the American states is, because I'm just kind of... Oh, vibing it. There we go. We're near Birmingham. In Birmingham, they mock the governor. Boo, boo, boo. Now we all did what we could do. I know the lyrics to that song. Yeah, that doesn't really tell us anything. I mean, it's English speaking, but we kind of knew that. It was Florida. English? No! Near English. That's so devastating for a rugby league fan to get wrong. No. All right. Benito Juarez. This is... oh my god, it's a Vita Beetle. That's my dream car, by the way, but in white. So we're in a Spanish-speaking place. Corona Extra. La Huerta. I hurt pretty bad myself. Oh my days, another V-dub. I want to move to this country. We thinking Mexico? I'm thinking Mexico. There's got to be some sort of phone number or something here. I'm not thinking Spain. Oh, they're running out again. Okay, I'm just going to bop it in Mexico City. Bop. And this will be the last round. Then we'll go back. Victor Leon. Para tu familia. That means for your family. Would not personally let that man near my family. Hotel Juan Pablo. Yeah, no idea. Mexico somewhere. Bosh! I'll have to see it. All right. That was fun. Let's get back into it. That's really good because I'm actually currently looking at the next one, and I'll show you guys. We would have been just nah. Respectfully, no. Like at the end of the day, I think not. Probably, most likely. Let's leave that at that. Shark Park is an ugly stadium. Yes, it is, Madsen. Yes, it is. It's a construction site, and it's my construction site because it's near where I live in Sydney. But like how can you spend 2 years away from your home stadium and you come back and it's like the same? Just not good. Kick off for the second half. Come on, Manly, do something, please. Just like one little itty bitty thing. Just like accomplish some sort of success with your life, please. Who is George Harrison lover? I could get into a conversation with George Harrison lover. Ireland should definitely be in our developing World Cup post, and I'm definitely not a biased Dempsey. You absolutely, they should be. I forgot about that, by the way. Sorry, I should
someone just
give a bit more thought to that. Oh, speed deal
Another
is
boat
back.
just redeemed speed dealer.
It was
summons.
Hasman. Yay. Knew you were a good egg. That Florida one was BS. Well, you were wrong about it, so I think probably not. Uh-oh. Talakai holding his darts. Absolute cupping the gonads. It's not what you like to see. He is holding that like the family crown jewels.
C_Phantom just redeemed. Change the background color.
Do I have
red square emoji, yellow square emoji, blue square emoji. Give me the colors of the Romanian flag.
So, see, here's a problem. I have 2 lights. And you've asked for 3 colors that don't combine to form each other. So I'm gonna be real, bruv. You're gonna have to make a choice. Leaguie Hitler quite liked VW Beetles. He did. That's one of the things me and Big H have in common, but not really anything else. To be abundantly clear, I don't like them because of that. I like them because of the Herbie movies. What's happening in the F1? Haven't watched in a while. They've actually they've kind of just decided to nuke the thing. Awarded the championship to Ollie Behrman. C Phantom says, "Give me orange and purple, and then orange and blue." Oh, okay. Make a goddamn decision, C Phantom. You can have orange and blue. Least favorite currency? That's a brilliant question. American dollar. Because I hate looking at the price of something online and assuming it's in Australian dollars, and it turns out it's in US dollars. And then you only realize once you've purchased it and you look at your bank account and it removed twice as much as you thought it was going to remove. Brooks with a knock on. Yikes. It is just not the night to be a seagull. It really, really isn't. God damn. When people tear their groin, what do they actually injure? I hope it doesn't fall off. Nah, well, I don't think it falls off. It's probably one of the muscles, like, you know, in and around. In and around. Yeah. Who would win in a fight? 10 legume-sized almonds or 100 almond-sized legumes? I always go the small number of more talented thing. Can you join my community, the Curtis Morin enthusiast? I'm a day one Curtis Morin enthusiast. I've said this so many times. My favorite genre of player is a small ball playing forward. He is one of them. Connor Watson, Ruben Cotter, Max Plath, Cam McInnes. Yeah. Are you happy I got you hungry, Dylan? I'm absolutely happy because I would not have got that. I was going turkey, bruv. It was going to be embarrassing. Embarrassing. As Mikel Arteta says. All right, I really hope he loses the Champions League. Brayley. Out of dummy half, holds it deep into the line, playing a bit of a halfback role, almost. My favorite genre of players, current Sharks halfbacks with the last name Hines. That is specific, except there aren't any, because the current Sharks halfback is Puru. Kick was too deep. From the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. Braden Trindle, honestly, brother, retire. Your hair has evidently already given up. You probably should as well. Respectfully to you. That's a lie, by the way. I don't actually genuinely believe that. Thoughts on the buy starting to sell merch? Yeah, they've got a sponsorship as well. If people are happy to buy it, no pun intended, go for it. Why not? Oh, Garrick's down. And it's going to be a penalty here to Manly, but I'm concerned a bit here for Ruben Garrick. He's still down on the ground. I don't like to see that. Thoughts on me getting injected yesterday and having a hurt arm? Skill issue. But good on you for getting a vaccine.
How do you ask for background color? Is it on Twitch? Also, Huamel was bad in Origin and to also yeah, very weird.
Yeah, it's thank you, Lirella, for subscribing. Thank you for the $5, Daniela, firstly. It's a Twitch exclusive thing. You go over and the more you watch on Twitch, you accumulate points and you can redeem those points for things. I would absolutely do the same thing on YouTube, but it just doesn't have a mechanism for that. However, if you would like a color, seeing as you did donate $5, I'm happy to change the background color to a color of your choosing in 1 minute when Sea Phantoms 1 expires. Grown adults buying merch from an AI scam account causes me secondhand embarrassment. Is it? I don't think it's a scam account. I wouldn't describe it as that. It is an AI account, and not a huge fan of that. But the concept is funny. I would really, really like it if it was, you know, like photoshopped by a human being. But anyway, if they want to get the bag, they can get the bag. That's all right. Oh, past there to find Moana Hiroti. He's touched it. It's going to be 6 more here for Manly. I don't really have a need to talk about this, but I kind of want to get it off my chest. So I rejected yet another gambling sponsorship the other day with a company who are doing really like good things. They're working tangentially with a gambling company. And they're rallying content creators, small content creators, to create sort of a community movement around it. And I got a really weird feeling rejecting it and then seeing everyone else, well, not everyone else, but a number of other creators obviously having accepted it and getting around this thing. And I was like, I don't think that's for me. I don't think I could really shill's a harsh word. Really, like, convincingly ask you guys to go out and buy something like that, you know what I mean? I think I'd struggle. I won't say who it was or who any creators were, because they're completely within their own rights to do whatever they want. That's totally fine. But yeah, I don't know. As me sort of questioning sponsorships and stuff. 6 more here for Manly. They've literally never had a better opportunity to get back into this game. So that feeling is called FOMO. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It was like it wasn't regret. It was comfort. I was like, yeah, that's not for me. So, all right, Fogarty deep into the line, cut out pass to find Felady, but very good tackle there from Jesse Ramian. Very good tackle from Ramian. Short side Hopawate. Oh, he gets caught sort of by his own marker there. Gets the ball out to find Lukey Brooks. They're going to just take a settler here through Drabojevic. And now a penalty for Manly. Lots and lots of tackles being forced here for the Sharks on their goal line. Last time this happened, it took 3 sets, but Manly did break through. Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Lorenzo Theraborn just redeemed timeout self.
Okie dokie. Every YouTube thing turns out to be some sort of scam. That's not true. The ones that do are amplified because they are. I think Ben Trbojevic has just randomly scored a try here, by the way. He has. Sea Eagles, they've got a glimmer.
Manly Warringah, Manly Warringah, they'll all be waltzing behind you this year.
it's confirmation bias. You don't hear about the ones that don't turn out to be scams, but a number of them are scams, and it is a gap in the market that YouTubers such as myself do not have a team behind us of any description who are able to vet these companies. So it's a bad look when it goes wrong. It's a very bad look when it goes wrong. It's why I want to be more crowd-funded than company-funded. Well, one of many reasons why. But anyway, I'll get around to it. Thoughts on season 2 weight loss by Harry Styles? It'll be fundamentally serious, bruv. I have no idea what you mean. I know who Harry Styles is. As he lost weight, credit to him. That's good stuff from the boy. Happy days. You'll have to see it. Generationally good. It's why we support independent media. Yes, which has its upsides and its downsides. Independent media is not all good. But I had a really comforting realization today of like this. I fully, I guess, as men keep the goal. No, maybe not fully, but I came more to terms with the fact that like I don't need to worry that much about making enemies in this game, because I think that this probably won't be what I do for the rest of my life. I intend to do it for quite a while yet, but I don't like early on in my career, I was like, this might be a launching pad to a job at 9 or Fox or 7 or whatever. And so I kind of need to be careful what I say, because I don't want to alienate those companies. But I don't want to work for a company that for instance, does what the Courier Mail did to Ashley Klein, or various other examples that I could raise. So it was very liberating. I was like, okay, well, good. I don't need to tread on eggshells. I can kind of just say what I want to say. Because it's my brand. I can do what I want. Jeez, that's a poor play from Manly. They're trailing only by 2 converted tries, but they've just been forced over the sideline there on the kick return. You don't like that at all. God damn. Harry Styles released a new album. One of his new songs is called Season 2 Weight Loss. That is a weird-ass name for a song, I'll be honest. Damn. Ashley Klein gives away more penalties than any current NRL player. How does he still have a contract? I mean, that seems statistically likely. Yeah. Is that an insult? He still has a contract because he's an incredibly talented individual. Anyway, I find it interesting some commentators are kind of holding criticism back recently ahead of the new NRL rights deal being finalized in the next few weeks. That's not something I've noticed, but it would make a lot of sense. It would make a lot of sense. Hazelton. Close to the posts. If they can go 3 converted tries up with half an hour left, that's a lead that they can absolutely defend their way to. Trindle. Burns underneath. Couldn't find a hat-trick, unfortunately, there, Billy. Now for Blake Brayley. To find... Oh, is that 6 more? Did I hear a call of 6 more? No? I think Danganane's seen something that didn't take place there. Tricky Trindle. Runs himself. Oh, Tricky. Oh, the trickster. Oh, that is bombastic. Oh, that is glorious. It's tricky, 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 tricky.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white, and blue.
God damn, Tricky Trindle. That's... Bro, on the last, a little 5'8 dummying and going, that's not what you want. That's not what you want to see. It is truly one of the boldest tries I think I've seen in my life, though, with Kennedy running the decoy line. Holy, that's a big, big moment in the context of this game, folks. Big, big moment. Madsen says, well, you had that weird moment when Bracey asked Gus about something and Gus gave some weird answer telling him to ask someone else. Yes, that was true. I assumed that was more because of his role with the Bulldogs, but it could be to do with his role at 9. My dad said if Sharks win, I owe him $5, but I don't have any money, so I'm giving him a red paper slip with $5 written on it. Give him an IOU. Genuinely just put Tricky at 7 and make it official. I think what they've got going between him and Hines currently works. I just wouldn't be changing it, really. I see your comment, WTF. Sure. Yeah. Paul McCartney releases a new album, Generational Talent, and Harry Styles, a singer full of talent, comes out with a song called Season 2 Weight Loss. Good song. He doesn't even mention weight loss. He doesn't mention weight loss in his song Season 2 Weight Loss. Did he write it? Is he a singer-songwriter or is he just a singer? Hang on. Wait. Madsen. What? Trindle's missed, by the way, again. You had NRL take down a whole bunch of Hectic Fred's content yesterday. Huh? I'm not across this. Fill me in. What happened? Look, I do know that a lot of the content... This is a bit of agreement I have with some other creators. A lot of content gets taken down using the NRL's footage. And I've used the NRL's footage. And I'm just kind of like, look, if I can get away with it, great. If they take it down, fine. It's not my content to use. I am violating copyright law by using it. But everyone does it. And so I'm like, sure, if I can get away with it, I will. But there are creators who will use it, have their content taken down, and then complain about having their content taken down. Like they're being silenced. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm going on a tangent, but I want to know what happened with Hectic Fred. Love Hectic Fred. He is a singer-songwriter. He mentions some quotes as in, you've got to lift yourself up sometimes, but that's it. Mainly just music. So, wait. So he only writes some quotes sometimes? Or... Wow, I've had these on for 15 minutes. That is way too long. They were kind of fogging up, and I was like, I wonder why. Is it not fair use to use some NRL content? No, it is not. Fair use is one of the most notoriously poorly defined areas of law. We don't really even have it much in Australia. And the definitions that we do have are like, it is that transformational that it serves a completely different purpose. Whereas using a clip from an NRL game is not transformational. It doesn't serve a different purpose. It's a clip from an NRL game. So, yeah. Hectic Fred put a post on TikTok about how some of his reaction posts during the game from the past being taken down. So, footage that did use the NRL's content. Who is the worst musician? Probably someone I've never heard of. Probably myself. Although I wrote a banging song the other day. I was actually really happy with it. All right. 16 points the margin. 26 minutes left. That's a heap of time. Manly can still pull this off. But if there's to be another scorer in this game, it has to be them. Certainly. Apparently, Hectic Fred was also told he couldn't do those sort of content in the future. Yeah, fair enough. Look, if it's violating copyright law, it's violating copyright law. I love Fred, but I remember back in the day, he would advertise his streams. Oh, Manly got a score here, by the way. Oh, that's a cardinal sin from the Sharks. If Manly come back, that's a really important moment in this game. God damn. They trail only by 12 again. They just didn't go up for the catch. On Hectic Fred. So, he used to stream back in the day, but show the game. It was over on Kick. He would show the game, him in the corner, and he'd have the footage. And he'd advertise it as like, no need to pay for KO. I'm showing every game this year. Which is like, great. If you can get away with that. But, I mean, yeah, maybe my thought was clear on showing the game. And I remember there was once he wasn't even able to stream. It was a trial game. But because he wasn't able to stream, it didn't stop him from actually putting up a live stream and showing the footage anyway of the trial. He just broadcasted it, which is like look, I don't really have a deep moral issue with that so much. Like I as I say, I really like Fred. He's been very, very good to me. I'm not trying to put him down at all. I think it's kind of amusing though to some level. But get away with it for as long as you can get away with it, and then when they say to stop doing it, stop doing it. That's alright, I can't fault that. I get the copyright reasoning, but why take it down months later? Again, the timing is interesting given the TV rights deal. The NRL's administrative departments are... They were gutted after COVID as part of cost-cutting measures. It's the reason why NRL.com's quality has just gone through the floor. So it's very, very likely that whatever team is in charge of policing that just genuinely didn't get around to it until now. It is a very big issue. It is. For my margin to be correct, I need Manly to score 2 tries and miss one of their kicks. Very possible. Very possible. Leaguie, in your professional legal opinion, which I do not have, by the way, I'm legally obliged to say that I do not have a professional legal opinion. But anyway, did my Brad Fittler reel violate copyright laws? I don't know if I saw your Brad Fittler reel. Did I see your Brad Fittler reel? I may have. If you use clips, yeah, it would have. But I don't think it will matter. Because you can violate the laws, but then you can also, like, given that the NRL is the aggrieved party or whatever, and Fox and Nine, if they're okay with it, they're okay with it. Brooks, what a run. He's through. He's got Fogarty there in support. Can he find the pass? He can't. It's knocked back, but Fogarty soccers it on. Fogarty for the line. Fogarty scored! 10 points was the margin. Make that 6. This is a crazy comeback from Manly Warringah. Thank God, by the way, that Brooks went through the hands and didn't go the kick. Like, you see them kicking behind so much there, and it just never works. But what a run from Lukey Brooks. Hazelton, unfortunately, couldn't get across. Had Fogarty there in support. Couldn't quite find the pass. It was knocked back there by Hohepaputu, but Fogarty, bang. It's a tricky one, but he got it done. It's going to be 4 points the margin in a moment. This has come out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. 47th minute, 54th minute, 55th minute. Manly have scored their tries. 3 in the last 10 minutes. God damn. Tricky Trindle's goal kicking could come back to haunt them. Only 2 out of 5. A maroon team coming back against a blue one. What a weird week. I know, right? I know. Yes, George Jaggers fan, they were talking about it in the pre-game. Fox were talking about it as being outstanding, and it certainly has been. When they lost the opening 3, the narrative was Brooks out, Joey Walsh in. Season's done, bring him in. But his form has been too good to drop him for sure. Far cry from the guy who got down, got chased down by Josh Papali'i. That's very true. He's gained some speed. Garrick with the kick. 4 points is the gap. Okay, surely Fogarty over man for the Queensland extended bench game 2. What are your thoughts, Leaguie? Yes. Oh, broken arm here. Is this for Kennedy? No, it's Blake Brayley. Oh no. Suspected broken arm for Blake. Oh no. Yeah, WTF, I had a voice crack. I kind of intentionally had a voice crack, by the way, for it. When you go that hard, you're like, he scores! So, yeah. Yeah, Connor Watson surely comes in there. But, look, I said it in that live stream where I went into all of the different Origin teams. Man covers essentially one position in my mind. Fogarty is a genuine 7. I think he can cover hooker much more convincingly as well. And if I was choosing between Fogarty and Mam at fullback, I suspect probably Fogarty's played more fullback coming through the grades than Mam did. So, yeah, anyway. I have not seen that, George, I don't believe. When Jaden Sewer returns, hopefully 2 to 4 weeks, do you wish that Gal gets dropped and Sewer plays center? Depends how Val goes over the next couple of weeks. Manly knocked on, but they're going to challenge it here. Let's see. Very important challenge. Look, still so much time left, but they have momentum. Let's see what they do. Jaden Barrell to come in. Did Leaguie swear gets... It's actually her wish, but yes, you'd think he will. Let's see here. No hand around the ball there. Yeah, I think Hazelton's just making a tackle. Is it going to be maybe a knockback, though, I wonder? Mutual infringement. Let's see what we got here. See, I think that's back, but anyway, I think they'll probably call it forward. That might go with inconclusive. I don't know. It's a weird one for the... Like, normally they just quickly say, oh, yeah, this is forward. It's a weird one for them to say maybe it might be inconclusive. Who's winning the UCL, be honest? I think probably PSG. But... Hang on, let's see here. It's going to be a knock-on. Challenge unsuccessful. I say that as someone who has not watched a single game Arsenal or PSG play this year. So, like, what do I know? What do I know? Hell, I could be convinced Fogarty could play 13 in a pinch. Yeah, I'd back him. I'd back him. Definitely over Man. Do you have an NBA team? Bulls. Chicago Bulls. Genuine question. If you were the Queensland coach, would you have Finifuaki on the bench or start him on the edge? I think Catewell did a very, very good job. I think I would have him on the bench for impact. I would be more tempted to bring... I'd probably bring in Lukey, and I think start Lukey rather than Finifuaki. What's up with the NRL's general lack of knockbacks being called? It's been the case for the last 10 years. I don't really get it, but it's just part of the game now. It's how they officiate, so... I don't really have an NFL team, much less so. I loosely liked the Patriots a while ago just because they were Roosters colors, but I don't really care, to be honest. All right, kick up in the air. Caught there by Mulatalo. Back. Burns offloads it, but it ends up in the hands of mainly Warringah. So, 20 minutes to go. 4 points the gap. Folks, we've got a game on our hands. We've got a real game on our hands. How would a rugby league team win a soccer league? Tiger Walk is having a stroke, folks. It's unfortunate. He's been around for a while, but it looks like he's about to go. Godspeed to him. Can I please have some Fs in the chat for the great Tiger Walker? That'd be devastating. Leaguie, in your roasting all NRL fan bases video, why did you compare us loyal Dragons fans to bandwagoning Bulldogs fans? Love Winston Neville though. Not a big fan of you calling them of a specific origin, but anyway, because it's true and it's funny, but nothing. Well, it's not necessarily true, but nothing in that video was like serious. So yeah, anyway. Since when was Mick Ennis in the calling box? He's been there the whole game, bruv. Whole game. Jeez, we've got some trouble here for big Ronnie Mulatalo. He's holding that knee badly. He's just come back from an ACL. Oh, no, I think it's just bent back a bit weirdly there. Caller Bodulance is having a strong... I get that reference. That's a very good reference. At the point in Origin where positions don't matter and you just need people to step up and make the efforts, that allows us to exploit depth in the backs. Oh, sorry. It's a follow-on to his earlier comment of, hear me out, Toto can shift it to the forwards late in the game. He could do a job, for sure. I would absolutely back him to do a job. But anyway, I don't think we need him to do that. Has Chris Butler been relegated to a bunker-only ref? I haven't seen him on the field for ages. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything public about that. It's a weird kind of gap where referees don't have a public voice. And I was talking to Retro Rugby League about this, who knows a couple of referees. And apparently they're not subject to any gag orders or anything. It's just that no one really asks them ever. So I'm looking to maybe change that. Because even just in a 5-minute conversation with Retro about a conversation he'd had with a referee, I learned so many interesting things about the way that they operate. So, would you find a spot for Kurt Mann and Max Plath in the Queensland squad? Probably not. I would find a spot for Max Plath. I don't think that Kurt Mann gets a spot over him, and I don't think you can have both. I think they're two similar players. Oh well. If you started Plath, which they did, then maybe more so. But I would still be of the mind of starting Carrigan. But evidently they're not going to do that. So that opens it up more so. Definitely more so. You should become a ref journalist. It feels like all journalists are ref journalists at the moment. A ref connected one would be cool though. Kick from inside the 40. Oh, that's a 40-20 of epic proportions. No, has it been saved? No, it's not been saved. It's not been saved. The touchy's flag is up. Yeah. It was already out, says the touchy. Cronulla fans are not happy. 40-20 is the ruling. They can challenge it if they want to. Stay independently. Well, if I was to be connected with... Oh, no. Oh, what a poor call from the touch judge. Okay, maybe his maybe his foot was back down on the ground. I think that's probably what the touch judge is called. You're gonna see now a lot of fans going, "Bro, he wasn't even in touch. He jumped from the field of play," ignoring the fact that his second foot is what was ruled on there. But anyway, yeah, it's what it is. Now, if I was gonna be like linked with referees as a content creator, that would like my opinions wouldn't change. I already hold that opinion, so yeah. I think as a general rule, they'd want to stay quiet in public during the season and especially around big games for their own sake, which is true, but like unfortunately true. I do feel that at times, like, the silence does allow more extreme opinions against them to fester, though. So, oh, kick there, but Benjamovic can't chase it down. They can't complete the tackle on Will Kennedy either. That's a big moment. Benjamovic should have completed that tackle there on Kennedy, and it's a penalty off the back of it. Jeez, a bit of a shift in momentum here to the Cronulla Sharks. Fogarty should be sent off. Why? For the tackle on Mulatalo? I think that's a bit harsh. Have you ever had a dream that you want them to do you so much you could do anything? We finally beat Medicare. If you know, you know. Almost like Talangi's in Vegas where he got taken over the sideline straight away. I actually do not remember that. Clip farming right there. Nah, bro, I'm reading comments. I'm being a good streamer. If you want to clip that, you can clip that, but I never enters my mind. Not even once. I have no thought at all of my own reward there. No thought at all. All right. Is that how Hepapuru with a run? It is. Why have they got another bald man? It's so inconsiderate to have another spined player who's bald out there. It's just... I don't think Merrill's on. No, they still haven't brought him on. They've gone with Hohapapuru at number 9. They actually hate Jaden Barrell. I'm confident they despise Jaden Barrell. Yeah, Lancaster knows. Lancaster knows. The only stuff I clip were the times where I baited you into saying, yeah, hey, that thing. It still baffles me. Danny Kemp must be got a lot as well.
Just redeemed, change the background color. Change the color to yellow, I guess.
I love that he doesn't know really what color he wants. He's just like, sure, I'll redeem it. Why not? Let's go for it. Yellow. Why not? Thoughts on Kim Jong-un? Fun fact, me and Kim Jong-un have the same high school qualification. Which is mad to say, but 100% true. So, yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. Azza says, bro, I left the stream at 22-4. What happened? Manly Warringah scored 3 tries. Essentially. You should have a large LED TV screen behind you with an animated background. Yeah, bruv, if you want to cover the budget of that and convince the people who run my building to allow me to mount an LED screen in my background, be my rugby league guest. But I don't think that that's going to be likely over the course of the next few months. So, tell us more. Is it not funny if I don't tell you more and just leave it as I have the same high school qualification as Kim Jong-un? I think they've scored here, by the way, Cronulla. It's going to be ruled... It's going to be ruled a no try to go up first, but this is all going to depend on whether Stone Street has knocked it on or not. Good night, smart guy. I think Stone Street might have knocked it backwards off first look, but we'll see. He definitely touched it. Potentially a bit of high contact there on Falala with that arm, but anyway. North Korea is unironically based. They've never recognized Israel. Okay, well, there's probably other things that they've done that aren't great that outweigh that. Yeah, that's a positive. But it's something compared to the worst they've done. Yeah, sure. Ziggy or RCG, who has the best Melbourne Rugby League history? That's disrespectful to Ziggy. Look, RCG, sure, has his thing, but to have your name be Ziggy and go with a Mo is just unreal as a combination, so I'm happy to go with that. Craig Fitzgibbon is bald and is torturing people with hair. I actually completely agree. I think that has to be a conspiracy theory that we go with here. Winston is better in Rugby League 26 than me. Yeah. He plays it regularly. I think he's the only human being that still does. I haven't touched that thing in months. So, yeah. Leaguey, thoughts on the send-off? I've covered it a lot, but I think it's a very grey area call, and I would have been happy with the sin bin or a send-off. I think you could have made a very solid argument both ways, as the bunker and Ash Klein did. But with the NRL backing it as a send-off, I don't disagree with it, for sure. Holy, my messages have been straight airballs. I need to pack it up. Well, that one wasn't an airball. Sorry, I really haven't seen the others. My bad. Why does Jobo look like he's 65? He's pretty much halfway there. Pretty much halfway there. All right, right here from Mulatalo. I'll be honest, Daddy, I do not remember you dominating me specifically in Rugby League 26. I remember being like losing a number of games, but like there were that many of them that they all kind of blend into one. Blues or Maroons, rare rogue shout from me, but I'm a Western Australia enthusiast. Thoughts on Bloke in a Bar? Love it. Been my favorite podcast for ages. Hey, Leaguey, someone just redeemed. Back's getting a bit tight here. We're close.
Chico
12 minutes left.
420 just redeemed head dent check.
If you say so, Buckaroo. There you go. You happy? Head dented. Wow, there's a. Wow, I can feel that. I can feel that one. Damn. Also, golf simulators. Never used a golf simulator before. Stamp Stone Street when Peter Plastic Path walks in. WTF, you should take over as the Leaguey when I retire. I've decided. Leaguey, what do you think about the on-field ref overruling the bunker? He has the right to do it if he wants to. That's fine. He is the highest authority on the field. That's not a matter of opinion, by the way. That's a matter of fact. He called it as he saw it, and he watched replays. We could all see them at the ground. And if it had been, I think this is a key thing in my opinion of it. If it had been ruled a sin bin, if he ruled a sin bin, having changed his mind based off what the bunker said, New South Wales media would be blowing up that it's not a send-off and would be blaming him. And fans certainly more so would be blaming him. So he was damned either way, respectfully. So, yeah. Joseph says you suck. That's sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you hold that opinion. What's the point of having a bunker if the ref is going to overturn the bunker? Advice. And the vast majority of the time, as we see, the referee trusts the bunker's opinion. But we've seen in the past the referee overrule the bunker when the bunker has made an incorrect call, and it's been perceived as a positive common sense thing. So just because now half of fans disagree with the call, that doesn't mean that what was once a common sense mechanism is no longer common sense in this specific instance because they disagree with it. You know what I mean? Not that common sense exists. It doesn't in rugby league. Common sense is just whatever the individual saying it happens to think is true, and they just assume everyone else agrees with them. Do you think tackles in the air off a kick should be legal so long as you bring them down safely? I don't think you have control, really, with a tackle in the air of bringing them down safely. At least not enough to make them legal. It's just too dangerous. Is it possible to challenge a send-off? Yeah, but there would have been... Actually, you know, I was going to say there would have been no point because the bunker reviewed it, but then the bunker... That's a fascinating call. If they had challenged it, would it have been referred to the bunker? And the bunker would have said, yeah, we think it's a sin bin. I don't think that's how that would have played out. I think Ashley Klein just would have said that's not challengeable. It's already been reviewed. But, yeah, that's interesting. If there were challenges, that would have been quite interesting. What's to stop a ref overruling a captain's challenge? I don't know. Probably nothing. But they don't do it and won't do it unless it's, you know, egregious. Okay. I don't think he should have overruled the bunker. I want to make that clear. But he had the right to. Like, by the letter of the law, he had the right to. And by the letter of the law, the correct call was made as well. So, I don't really see how a stink is being kicked up that much. Thoughts on Kalen Ponga having the most dramatic catches? Oh man, he was horizontal. Saab's over the touchline there. Manly's momentum is gone. Cronulla are well and truly on top, and they look like defending their way to a lead here, but to a win here. But it is still 4 points the margin. They're looking good though. Sammy Stone Street, great tackle there on Jason Saab. Do you think they should have a coach's challenge? They could have it instead of a captain's challenge. It might be more funny, but no, I think go with captain's challenge is the player out there. Rugby Union, like it or not, have the best video referee system in sport. The comment went away. Let me read it. Ref has to watch the video, talk through what he sees, and makes a decision. Is that not a lot slower, though? Because the ref has to walk over and watch it on a screen? Or is that... Because I'm thinking of how they do it with VAR in soccer. Or NBA. NBA, I think they have the same thing. Honestly, I don't think that really changes anything. I don't think that's going to get rid of things that people disagree with. If that had happened, Ashley Klein would have gone over, looked at it, and said, I think it's a send-off. Alrighty. So, put it out. To find Teague Wilton, a try here seals it for Cronulla. Do you have an NBA team? Yes, I was asked this earlier. It's weird to be asked twice. Chicago Bulls. Pudu. Now to find other Pudu. Just runs it on the last. Look, it's not a terrible option turning the ball over there, but they could have threatened something there. If music was a rugby league match, 90s R&B would beat rock and pop 36-18. That's a interesting comment. Oh, that's been knocked on by Manly. Jason Saab comes up with his second error late on in this game. That's not what you want to see if you're wearing maroon tonight. Damn. That's really poor, unfortunately. I disagree with your opinion, though, Azam. Pop is tough to define, though, because pop means popular, and what was popular ages ago is not what's popular now. So, ABBA pop? Like, I would say that pop. But I'm certainly a rock music enthusiast. Ashley Klein is biased towards and against every team equally, which balances out and makes him completely FAI. I don't know what FAI is, but yeah, every fan base would say that the referees are biased against them. Every single one. Similar to VAR, but less input from the video ref, and they play the rest communications through stadium speakers. They do play the bunkers communications through stadium speakers in the NRL. We just don't have very good sound systems in Australian stadiums. But yeah, it would be nice to hear more input, I feel. Of course, it's the Bulls. It's the Knicks all the way for me. It's not the Bulls because of Jordan or any of the obvious reasons. It's because I was drafted to them in 2K17, my career. It could have been any team. Like, I did not know who Scottie Pippen was when I was drafted to the Bulls, so yeah. Trindle. Oh, dummies. Can't quite get the ball over to Stone Street here. Would have had an opportunity there if he did. Played there. Pudu in a dummy half. Giving it to Pudu, the halfback. Kicking it across the try and find... Cronulla teammate, but he just can't do it. It's been knocked on by Manly. It's a penalty, Cronulla. Manly cannot catch a break at the moment. What made Ashley Klein so bad for fans? Here's my opinion. He's been around for a long time. He is very visually distinctive. Like, when Ashley Klein is refereeing your game, you know he is, because he looks different to all the other referees. And he's one of the more high-profile refs who gets high-profile games.
Phantom just redeemed, change the background color. Give orange me, give eat orange me, eat orange, give me eat orange, give me you.
What if I don't want to? But so that made him the poster boy of refereeing. I feel that, aside from specific examples, there's a lot of subconscious hatred towards referees. The things referees have done that aren't anything to do with Ashley Klein. But grievances that people have with NRL refereeing, they put on Ashley Klein because he's the poster boy. Which sucks for him as an individual. It's good for the other referees. They get to hide a little bit more, but it sucks for him as an individual. They're taking the two here, Cronulla. A call that I probably agree with. It's not Trindle kicking, it's Hiroti, but gives Manly a chance. It's going to put it, to golden point if Manly score, but it's going to get the ball back to that halfway line, give Manly a chance for a short kickoff. Given how starved they've been for territory and how little time there is left, might have been tempted to keep the ball down this end. Alrighty. If I was able, I would ask Ashley Klein if he thought the status and situation of the game influenced his decision. I don't think he would say it did. But someone commented on my short saying that they go to the same school as Ashley Klein's son and, quote, people aren't happy. And, yeah, look, I hate to say this, and I thought very, very hard about whether to say this or not, or whether it was too dramatic or whatever. Garrett got a short dropout, but that's awful. It's out in the full, in fact. We're not going to solve this or have any real appetite to fix this until something serious happens. And when it does, I hope it will be a catalyst for change. I kind of still think it might not be enough. I think fundamentally profits are what drive those motives. And people enjoy having scapegoats. And I think there'll be a lot of screwed up people who some would celebrate or some would forget or conveniently ignore. But I think it will happen and at some stage in our lifetimes if we keep on this trajectory. So, oh yeah, sorry, it is 28-22, isn't it? Sorry, I had my mind on other things. Manly for the spoon, might as well bring back Seabold. I do like seeing Manly lose purely because of that prediction. I'm not going to get the prediction right, but I'd like it to look maybe less bad than it currently looks. Good take, Falalo. They've got one set. They've got one set to score a try. They've got an opportunity here. Let's see what they can do. Garrick with it. After coming up with an error on the kickoff. Not the best run from him, but they're trucking it out of their own end. It's not where you want to be attacking from. Brooks called Paseka the other way, but the front rower did not follow the orders of his 5'8 there. Wakeham to find Fogarty. Oh, they've got a bit of space here. Falalo in behind. Gets it to Saab. Sidelines there. Stone Street monsters him again. That's the rugby league game. What a play.
He's everywhere, bro.
He's everywhere, bro. Sammy Stone Street. Jason Saab is going to go to sleep, close his eyes, and see Sam Stone Street tonight. He genuinely will. He genuinely will. Incredible. The cutout pass was probably not the play in hindsight. It was a little bit behind Jason Saab. He couldn't have done much else there. Yeah. Saab really didn't have much choice. I think that's more to do with Clinton Falalo. You know that gay German linesman who proposed during a game and got beat up twice? I'm not across that story, no. I think the main bulk of hate is that the New South Wales Blues played like arse the entire game before that, and then after the send-off, they took a major advantage. Let's be real, Queen. New South Wales didn't... Sorry, I'm going to say probably did deserve to win. I agree. We were terrible. We got very lucky with some refereeing calls, I feel. With changes of momentum that happened there. But it's really frustrating that people can't separate the tribalism of state of origin with the abuse an individual is facing institutionally and from everyone. If something bad happens, we're going to look at the front. Like, I don't want to give a specific example like this, but let's say it did happen. Someone went and attacked Ashley Klein physically. That front page of the Courier Mail would be like really, like almost legally problematic for them. So yeah. Anyway, would Latrell replace Staggs for Game 3? I was hoping he might be in for Game 2, right? Surely. But yeah, if Latrell's available, I'm picking him. As a New South Wales fan and a Ponga supporter, Kohler was running full speed and Ponga had to throw the kitchen sink at him. Please stop the hate towards line. Yeah, sure. Kick for a Trindle, high up in the air. Manly going to get one last opportunity. Maybe, no. Oh, ball's come free there. He held it, but it's going to be a dropout. They need a miracle now. They need an absolute miracle now. Hey, AFLE, why aren't you streaming Blues versus Cats? I'm not AFLE. AFLE wears a red jacket. Not me, bruv. Not me. That's my evil cousin. Kick does not go 10. In fact, it ends up over the dead ball line. That's devastating. Cronulla with a Rugby League victory for Cam McInnes. 100 appearances for the club. Good stuff for the Sharkies. They pull off a win without their main man, Nico Hines. You love to see it. Manly, a stumbling block. They came back very, very well for a period there, but couldn't quite ice the comeback. Unfortunate stuff for them, but Cronulla, that's the kind of win they need if they're going to be finals bound at the back end of the season. George, the Blues match was awful to start with, but incredible at the end. It's memories I'll never forget. I watched it with some very close friends at the ground, and our embrace when Tedesco scored that try. It's the kind of thing you never forget. So, as a George Dragons fan, I really hate that you've just spammed there. I'm probably going to time you out at the start of next stream based on that. That's not the first time I've told you about that. I feel a little disrespected. But anyway. Foz out. I'm not even joking. Well, if you're not joking, that's a pretty poor opinion. They're sitting in the top 4. Alrighty. I've not read out this comment for a while, so sorry. I'll go with what has been said here. You keep your right foot in. You drag your left foot out. The touchy draws the flag, and the fans begin to shout. You do the hokey pokey, and while there's some doubt, the ref called you out. Love to see it. That's actually really good. That's really good stuff. If you kick the ball off a short dropout, it goes 10, then bounces back over the touch in goal line without getting touched. Is it another dropout? Yes, I would think so. I would think so, yes. But that's a really interesting call. Alrighty. That's where we'll leave it. I'll be back tomorrow just for the first game. Unfortunately, I do have a building dinner to sort out here for the 2 other games, but managed to get the first one in. So it'll be live for the Knights versus the Parramatta Eels, and then all 3 games on Sunday. I'm not going to the Raiders game. I've decided I want to stream them instead. So that'll be nice and fun. But as I leave you with the Cronulla song, thank you for being here. Thank you all for hanging out, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue. Up, Cronulla, name of the Sharks fit you. Sharks forever. Go out and play without fear. Now's the time to see good football, for the Sharks are here.
Up.
Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue. Up, Cronulla, name of the Sharks fit you. Sharks forever. Go out and play without fear. Now's the time to see good football, for the Sharks are here.
Up the Roosters.